The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Wednesday, the 14th of August, and we're looking at the Dow right now, trading up just 3 points at 39,767. There was an earlier pop-up. That's kind of fading right now. I said to subscribers to my opening call, expect some kind of a consolidation after such a big move yesterday, and we're looking at leg B, but I need to see the 9-period moving average. Let me show you on this chart right here. So here's the Dow. Let me go to this one. Yeah. So the Dow. Uh-oh. There it is. Okay. INDU. Yeah. See, the Dow is pink, the 9-period moving average. It's working very hard to get to have that pink move to green. In other words, the 9-period moving average going over the 14. That would issue a buy signal and almost immediately probably an upgrade to a buy mode. I haven't quite got to the buy signal. I have to wait for the day to conclude. So we're watching that closely. If you're looking at the S&P, it's the same thing. Look, S&P had an even nicer move. The price went sharply above the 14-period moving average, and yet that pink 9-period moving average is still a work in progress. It hasn't yet crossed green. Same thing with the QQQ, and the S&P is down 8 at 54.26. Here's the QQQ, also popped very nicely above, and yet that pink 9-period moving average hasn't crossed green. So there's a lot of work to be done. In the meantime, back at the ranch, let me just go back to the charts right here. We are looking at, where is it? The weekly chart, 9-period moving average, nicely over the 14. That's helping. And in the S&P, it's the same thing. Look, S&P, mid-month. A nice green candle, 9-period way over the 14. That's a very good sign, and that means that the buy mode in the weekly chart is still in place. Let's go to the QQQ. It's a little different there because that 9-period moving average has been sinking, hasn't crossed negative, so that's still a positive. If you go to the SMHs, that's the semiconductor index, very nice couple of days from 200.49 on the 5th of August to today's high of 239. I'd say 39 points. That's pretty good. 38 points. We're looking at what is it, about 15% or so. That's a really good move. Maybe right here it stalls a little bit because that was a big move. You can see the weekly chart. 9 is very close to crossing negative, but it hasn't yet. We're going to go to the IWM, the Russell 2000. This is a little different. It struggled actually to rally. It's down $1.66 at 206.31, and it is in leg B, but it's not very strong. And that MACD, the histogram is improving a little bit, but the price is still not very good. And the stochastic is at 29%. This is a work in progress. Small caps, I think small caps will see buying. You want to be able to fill that gap in the 211, 212 area, pushing higher to 215. At some point in August. That's going to be very important. I don't want to see 203 to 202 taken out as key support. Let's go to gold. Gold is down a little bit. It's down 15 at 24.92. Here's this Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. See this green and pink, very narrow channel. That's a resistance area. Weekly charts are holding very well. Look at silver. Silver is a much, much weaker chart, down 12 cents at 27.66. Look at the GDX. The GDX had a very nice move going into yesterday's high, just stuck its head out of this inside track repellent zone. Yeah, I'll change the colors because that's what I always do. If you got the colors, use them. So that's green. This is pink. And we're back on the right on the pink line. So there's a lot of work to be done to try to get to the 38s, which is really needed in the GDX, the gold miners. So it's a good move, but the weekly chart is the one that says just holding steady. I could even make a case that this is one of those potential diamond patterns. So diamond pattern, it always sounds, diamond pattern. It always sounds like, oh my God. But all it is, it's just, there it is. It's just a rally. So you're expanding wedge, and then a contracting wedge. And we'll see where it takes. I actually use other techniques. I find that this is subsidiary to many other techniques. All I can say is that if the GDX is able to get to the 38s, that's a really good sign to say that it wants to go to the 39.50 area. That's really the way I look at it. And meantime, I think we're having a bit of a digestive session today. Oh, I should show you this. This is really important. So I use the 914 is really important, and sometimes you can get it too. I didn't actually do it yesterday. I did part of it, but didn't hold the whole thing. A 9-period moving average over the 14 can give you a trade that stays in place way longer than you'd ever dream. So look at 8:10 yesterday morning. That's 14 hours, 26 hours ago. There was a buy signal right there at about 50, right there. So that's 50, we'll go to the high of the day, 53, the high of the bar, 53.93 on the 10-minute E-mini chart. Well, that lasted all the way to this peak E at 3 o'clock, and then it went to a peak F at 4, and then look what happened. And I talk about this all the time. If you understand chart patterns, and you're able to trade within the chart pattern, it just allows you so much. It gives you a sense of whether to buy or whether to sell, but then it also gives you a sense of whether to step aside. And I texted in the den last night to say that, in fact, I don't want to find it. Basically, I said the 9-period moving average is held for 12 hours, and it still hasn't crossed negative. Well, it finally crossed negative below that peak F high, and at 20 minutes to 11, it went pink, but it still stayed within the rectangle. It snuck a tad above it, and then at a peak A, B, C, D, E, and then with the big spike with that economic news, which was kind of favorable because there's a little bit of deflation, you got that sudden spike. And now we've gone out of this rectangle. So this is what I wanted to say. After a huge move like this, the 4 o'clock hour, the high of 4 o'clock or 4:30 going into maybe the 5 o'clock close of the futures, that could be the high for a long time. And you go into this tiny, narrow rectangle formation with a trading band. I mean, you had a trading band of 100, you had a 100-point move, and then you go into a trading band of less than 10 points. And you do that all night, it's amazing. And then all of a sudden you get this really sharp move. And what I'd said is I'm anticipating that we come out of the channel and then we go into Dartfish Day. What is Dartfish Day? It's where you go to a certain level and then there are these quick moves up or down and up, but they don't last. It's like, oh, now we're going out of the range. Up, now we're back in the range. Oh, no. And each time you think this is the big move, but all it's doing, it's just jerking around. It's really dartfish. Quick moves either way, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And that's exactly what we've got. We've done 875 in the E-mini. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. We've got a lot to talk about, and I want to do that as soon as we return. Dow is up.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at tfnn.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit tfnn.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at tfnn.com.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi folks, so we're back and we're looking at the TLT. That is the iShares 20-year Treasury Bond ETF. They have more than 20 years, but anyway, 20 years it's called. 97.89 up 61. So this is a really important pattern. This is where you can get the dreaded H. Let me show you what the dreaded H is. It's where the price rallies sharply, then makes a turn down, and that's a very sharp turn down. But what happens is there's a bounce. So rallies sharply, goes to a D, E, or F usually, then it has a sharp move down, and then it rallies, and then it fails at a peak A or a B underneath the previous high, in this case 99.94, the high of the beginning of August. And it takes out the left side low. So that's the pattern. It goes straight down, arches over, or it makes a V-shaped pattern, goes from a low to a high, and then a recovery high, and then fails and takes out that left side low. Look, the MACD is strong. The stochastic is rallying. It's not great. The on-balance volume is good. The 9-period moving average over the 14 is fabulous. I don't think this is that pattern. I think this is a pattern that says it can go higher. And because the weekly chart has gone to a leg C, we have to wait all week to see if the 99.94 level is not taken out. If it is, it extends leg C, or if it goes right to 99.94, that continues leg C. If it's 1 penny less, it becomes a peak C. And then you can go to your leg D. This looks to me, based on the weekly chart and the monthly chart, as if the TLT is anticipating, because of the straight line move to the upside. The gaps are nothing, because anything that trades overseas, and then we start our day at 9:30 and they're already busy trading, you're going to have gaps. You'll see that in gold stocks. You'll see that in currencies. But what's really important about this is that if I haven't gone, but I'm going to say, let's go to the 120-minute chart, because that's going to give us a lot of information. And that says, see all these gaps? So what I do is identify the lowest low bar. In this case, I can't put an up arrow immediately, because visually, there's no way I can't see it, but it's already gone to almost 100. And we're looking at it down the 91 area. So this goes to peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. Is there an instant restart within 3 bars? Yes, there is. So this becomes E/A, F/B, and G right there. G/C. Well, we haven't got the C. That becomes a G. Sharp move down. And then what I like to do is I like to draw in the cup formation right here. But look how it's extended to the right. It's taken a lot of time. And that says, yeah, it is. This is the 120-minute chart. It is losing upside momentum. What does that mean? A, B, B, C, and a D. You've already got to a D. I don't like Ds that are underneath the previous major high. It says, oh, you can't fail. But wait a minute, the 9-period moving average is still strong in the 120-minute chart. The MACD has been rising. It isn't as strong as it was back at that high of 99.94. The stochastic has made it went to the teens, and then it routed. Actually, I think it even went to single digits. Let's have a look at this. This is the stochastic. Yeah, went to 6.20. It went to 5.80 actually. So what we're looking at is at 96%. This is fabulous action. This is almost like when you're looking at a flat stochastic in the mid-90s, that's usually a very good sign. So I would say to you that I don't see this fading right now, not at this particular moment. It certainly can. And I would suggest that if there's a move under the 97.88, if there's a move under the 96.80 area, where the 200 period, let me just give you the exact number. I don't want to just do it off the cuff. Right there, the black, 96.89. I was going to say 96.80s. 96.89, if there is a close underneath that level, that changes things. I don't see that. I think that yields are coming down and the price is moving higher in the TLT. So now let's confirm that with the TBT. The TBT should be coming down, should be halfway. Oops. Yeah, there it is. More than halfway from that high to that low. This could, in fact, become a dreaded H the other way around. 28.87 was the low back around about the August the 5th. It ran up to the 32 level. Now it's at 30, at 14. And if you're looking at the 200-period moving average, it's like a magnet. That line at 30.03 in the weekly chart. So I would say to you, it looks more like yields are coming down than anything else. So I don't see, someone had mentioned shorting. I'm not sure whether I saw that correctly or not. But yeah, I wouldn't do that not at this particular moment. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. If you look at the 10-year TNX, yeah, it's the same thing. It's pulling back. It's down 30 cents to 36.22. That's 38.22. That's 3.822. Yeah, I think so. And what was it, 36 something or other, the low that was made in the yields just a week and a half ago? Yeah, 36.69. I may as well type that in, 36.69. Okay, so that's the way I'm looking at it right now. So will this help the home builders? Well, look at this. Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers is holding very nicely after going to peak A. Peak A, and then a B, and now it's sort of stalling. Underneath it, it's made an A, another A right there. Huh. Yeah, so it's stalling, but it hasn't broken down. That's Toll Brothers. Let's look at Lennar. Lennar, whoops, alien. Nope. Lennar, let's just go right in there. There we go. LEN. Same pattern. Made a peak D and the recovery high. Oh, there was an all-time high. Just a week and a half ago. That was at around about the 29th, 30th or so of last month in 180. I'm going to give you the exact number. 184, was it? 182.33 level on the 31st of July. So it's pulled back, but it hasn't broken down. And the weekly chart, I don't know if this is an F or an A. I don't have to deal with it right now. My thinking is that the housing market, just in the shorter term, is going to stall here. And that's going to give us clues. Look at the HGX. HGX, this is the Philadelphia housing, same thing. Philadelphia housing index, sector index, made an all-time high. And at that peak D, and now it's just kind of stalling. All right. Then the question came in about the XLU. XLU is this is the Utility SPDR, S&P Select SPDR fund. This is the same pattern, except this is a nice candle. This is almost like the bond. Yeah, look, it's rallying. So I'm going to suggest that the XLU, because it is in a sector that gives a dividend, it's usually in this particular environment, it's called more a safety sector. I think this is a good sign. And most importantly, what we're looking at is it's above the 9-period moving average in the daily chart. 9 is way above the 14. MACD is good. Stochastic's a little weak at 67, but the on-balance volume is very good. And the weekly chart is good. So I think we're going to go a little higher. How it handles this high of the 5th of August of 74.61 is going to be important. Right now it's at 74.28. If it can go above that, you can retest the high. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. Dow's up 82, S&P's down 3.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstadt's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstadt releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
There's a question in the Tiger YouTube. Basil, have you read any books by Dr. Alex Elder? If so, what did you think? So if this is the same Elder that's in Stocks and Commodities magazine over the years, I've definitely read a lot of his. He does some fabulous work, technical work, but I'm not sure if I've read books. I've read articles, if it's the same Elder. He really does some very good technical, automated, and this is software that he's produced. I just wanted to check, did I get that? Yes. So that's the XLU. So the XLU is acting very nicely. I think it's within a rectangle formation. I'll just draw that in. It's a pattern that I always draw if you're make a very sharp, immediate low from a high, and then you start very methodically going to stair-step higher highs and higher lows. Usually you can go just under, right on, or just above the previous high, and then you've got to be careful that you don't pull back more than halfway of the rectangle high and low. It actually is a lopsided cup formation called the gravy cup. So that's what this is doing right now. So the other question I had was, if I can just find it. Oh, yes. So NVIDIA is pulled back a little bit from the high today at 115.46. I could be completely wrong about this whole aspect of the semis. I think they're in a digestive phase. They've had a really good rally. I think that rally is about to stall. Not to say it can't go higher, but the speed of the rally, I think. And at that particular point, something else has to take over. And my impression is that you're getting somewhat in the cyclical area. You're starting to see some stocks participate very nicely on the up move. So here it is. NVIDIA will have strong resistance in the weekly chart. That's that level right. This week is 121, is at 115.21. It went to 118.60 this morning. Now it's pulled back a little bit. It's negative. But it's a very strong move to the upside. The technicals are starting to improve. So I do see a level that's going to test the left side high of 120.16. That was the high of the 1st of August. How it breaks above that is going to be very important, and it'll be very important to this trend line that we're looking at here. So I'm just using that kind of as a benchmark for the semiconductors. Another question would be, since I like to put these two together, one is purely on PE and the speculative side of the economy that's based on the semiconductors. Other is a lot more fundamental. It's GE. GE made an all-time high just the other day. Can you believe it? Well, of this chart, remember it got recalculated. So let's just do this right here. The high that was made at 177.20 with a round number open of 166 was the high for this particular period, and that was on the 23rd of July. That's 177.20. So 177.20, write that in, 177.20, and we're looking at 7, I believe I said 23. Okay, 120, there it goes, okay. And then you plunge down to the 150 level. I mean, that's a pretty quick move, but look where you've gone. You've come back. This is leg peak A, and this is leg B. And it's very much like the other charts, but that is a really big move from 150 to today's high of 169, almost 20 points. Excuse me. That's pretty good. And there I drew in this pattern. There's another one of those diamond patterns potential, an expanding wedge formation. Are we going to see a narrowing and then a break to either upside or break down? At this point, the 9-period moving average is holding very well. So in their own categories, they're doing different things. GE, General Electric, this is General Aircraft now, I think it's called something like that. And it is really, it's done fantastically. It's had a couple of splits. What was the other one? GEV, GEV. Okay, let's go to that. That's one I discovered the other day. I didn't realize that it was, this is GE Vernova LLC. Look at this Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. Tell me if it's not a repellent zone. And I love to draw this double line, this parallel channel, little mini channel right there. And the price gets deflected. Eventually it will go above, but it hasn't yet. It's the same thing in the weekly chart. Look at that, slightly declining trend line. So at 179.04, down 46, working very hard to try to break to the upside. It really needs to hold 179. It has to hold 174 to 173 support. That's going to be very important. Okay, let's get back to what we were looking at. So just in the areas, I've been talking about this. What I've done for subscribers is we're in all areas, different areas. And one of the reasons is that I'm trying to find select areas that they've underperformed, and now they're starting to perform well. That to me is important. But it was important that they had followed through all the way into this week, and this is what they are doing. So that says to me, perhaps these are good picks because they might have endurance. And that's really, in this particular phase, you want endurance. So when I'm looking at certain stocks, for instance, I wanted to go to IBM yesterday, and then I forgot. IBM, talk about endurance. I mean, this goes back to the 1940s or something, and here it is. Having a fabulous move. It's reincarnated. IBM's information technology, AI, cloud, enterprise software. They're doing things right for the very first time in not years, but in decades. So I love companies that have transformed themselves because now there's new upside momentum. Well, that momentum was slowing down over the last 3 weeks or so. Why? Because it made a high just recently. I'm just drawing this in here to show you the pattern that I like to look at right here and there. Okay? And it's having trouble breaking above it. If IBM at any point can get to 100, and it's 191 right now, the first level on the upside, it will be 192.88, the high of the 8th of August. If it can break that, then the high of the 31st of July at 194.55 becomes a focus. If it can break that, then that most recent high, yearly high of 196.26 becomes the next focus. And look at this, the weekly chart, very steady moves. It made a little cup formation, an arch formation. Remember, this is the pattern that I call the dreaded H, but it wasn't the dreaded H because it never took out the left side low. It held it. And it says, wow, if it can take out the high of this particular week, and that's the high of right there, inverted Chapman wave Roman candle, the high of the 24th of May, 175, and close there, above there for 2 out of 3 weeks. That's really good. Then it could be making a cup formation, which has the potential to go to the previous high of 199.18. And here we are. All right. So IBM's acting very well. Do you buy it now? I'll talk about that when we return.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the US futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at tfnn.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
I was asked about Lilly. What was the question? Can you look at Lilly if time, is it peaking? No. I think Lilly is actually, it's one that I followed for years and years and years. It had a spectacular move. It's just always so embarrassing. You can look at this and say, wait a minute. If I bought Lilly when that 9-period moving average crossed positive back in right there, back in February of 2017, and just held it until that green line turned pink, it has not turned pink. In fact, it's accelerated. So, I should have told you the price. Lilly at that point was trading at, let's go to the high of the bar, not 76 low, but the 83 high. It went from 83, and if you held it through the vicissitudes of those up and down moves, because it was stair-step with higher highs and higher lows, to this day at 930, it made a high of 966.10 in June. To this day, you'd be long and doing nothing, probably on your 3rd round-the-world trip. All I can say is that's the power of this 9-period moving average. So I like it, and I think it's making a V-shaped recovery, and that could take place so that if I'm correct in my measurement, by the 20th of August, 20th is what? Monday. Yeah, that's a bit soon. Well, I'm just going to say that's the way it looks. I can use 2 patterns. One is the Chapman Wave inside wedge target repellent line or target resistance line, and the other one is this line right here. I've got techniques, and I discuss this in my webinars. They're available to subscribers. I'm opening call. All these, I don't know how many webinars there are, but they discuss all these different techniques, and it just says if correct. And it's always if correct, because so far it's working. There should be a move higher, and it should fill the gap. It's into the gap right now, the gap of July, and it should try to get there. The next resistance is right here. Today would be 936.23. So it's a little bit higher, and then it goes higher, higher, higher. It's a very sharp incline, if I'm correct. So by next week sometime, there could be a test of 966.10. That's in Eli Lilly. Other question came in. I missed it. I'm sorry. It was Disney. DIS. Now, I thought about this a lot because every time I read about Disney turning around and they thising and they thating, and I look at it and I look at the chart and I say, wait a minute. The chart is just saying something completely different. Even just a few days ago, I remember I was driving in my car listening to CNBC, and I talking about Disney, and somebody saying Disney this and Disney that. I thought, wow, this is going to be a good time to turn around. I look at the chart, and the chart says, no, not just yet. And all I can say is that I want price movement. And because it's Disney, and it's just been, since it made the 123.74 channel wave 2-bar reversal back in April-ish, March, April of this year, up in the 123 area, 123.74 actually, is making lower lows and lower highs. It just does that over and over and over. So I would have to have more than just a trading position. That's something completely different. If you're looking for a trading position, if this has a bounce, it's at 86.72. If it can touch 87.40, just above the 9-period moving average of 87.23, I'd say, hey, for a quick trade to try to test the 88.50 level, 200-period moving average, 14-period moving average, that's worth a trade. I don't see anything yet other than that. And for a more intermediate term buy, I would have to see last week's candle with this long-legged doji. I'd have to see at least a close halfway above the wick itself, which says you'd have to be above 89, and here you're at 85.77. Now, on a purely speculative basis, if you've done your homework and you're looking and you say, I think they've turned the corner, but the price is not showing it, then I'm going to say to you, buy an option. Make it inexpensive for $3.50 maybe, or less. You could buy a call going into, we're August. You could make it the third week of September, make it a monthly call, is that the 19th? No, the 20th of September. Maybe you'd have to pay $3-something for the 80. I would go fairly in the money, 85.75. I'd go 85 September. Maybe it's $3.50 for that's an inexpensive way to play it, and it's just you sitting there and you just wait. I can either lose all the money, or at least a huge part of the money, or I can really start to think of it as starting to increase in price, the option that is, the call option, and then I can start to put together a plan of buying the stock. Okay, but at this point, look, it's had 4 days since all that talk. Nothing's happened. So it's very disappointing, just Disney. Okay, next question I had was, icon, okay. So the question is in the den, in the Tiger YouTube, where's Garo? So Garo, you remember Garo was not well. I guess he had told us he had cancer of the throat. I did speak to him recently, and I was trying to reach him. I haven't reached him. So Garo, if you're listening, our thoughts are with you. I hope that you are succeeding in your, just beating this particular disease. It's very hard. And things are going your way. Our thoughts are with you. And if you want to just give me a call at any point, you have my number. Just do that, or Basil Chapman at tfnn.com. Love to hear from you. I did try to reach you. I know Jacob also tried to reach you. So I just hope your treatments are going well. Now, the next thing I wanted to do is, so the question came in about Medtronic, MDT. So this is a very interesting stock. It had 135.89 high in September of 2021. It always is spoken about. We once had it very briefly. I think we made a little money and then we got taken out. And I said, okay, that's it. The one that we had in the medical instruments, it wasn't a medical instrument per se. It was in the Agilent Technologies, scientific solutions for labs and businesses. It's kind of in that area. That was a fabulous move that we had, and we haven't been in for a long time. So that's a little different. Boston Scientific did really well. Now it's been digesting the gains. I don't know. I think Medtronic has a problem. I think it was taken over by an Irish company or something like that. So all I can see is make lower lows and lower highs is trying to hold the 200-period moving average at 81.70. Let's give it a few days. Let's look at it again in another, maybe Friday. But I don't see anything there.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento Friday, July 12th and Friday, July 26th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time for 3 hours of live trading. For this month only, use promo code LarryJuly24 at checkout to save $50 on your first month's subscription. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Yeah, so let me just say, I had a question. So where are you? Where are my subscribers? We are long on the low of August the 5th. We started our buying right there. We're still doing some buying. We had built up a big cash position, putting that to work. We are expecting that some areas are going to start to bump into resistance right now. How they come out of it is going to be very important. The Dow is still it's kind of aggressively long the Dow. I think in a sense that that's the U.S. economy. And let me just go to the Dow right now and show you what I'm talking about. So within the Dow, oops, that was not the right chart. Let me do this quickly. 2-4, just get back there. Okay, we're going to our daily chart right here. So with the Dow, yeah, so Medtronic, it's right at the 200-period moving average. I think it's stuck there. It's the magnet line. So just hold off. Let's look at it to see if it can hold, sustain this big move that it's had from the low that was made at 76. It's up in the 81 area. So here we are. So the Dow, the 9-period moving average, it's going to take a lot of work for that to turn green. If it turns green with the MACD green, it says now you've got some impetus to continue higher. It doesn't give you the angle of height. What will give you the angle of height is the aperture when the pink eventually, if it does, turn green, how wide that the 9 goes over the 14. That gives you some kind of, that's the characteristic that I look for to tell you whether or not you've got yourself a buy signal that's upgraded to a buy mode. We don't know yet, but the weekly chart is still holding well. Look at the S&P, actually in price and pattern. The S&P is at a much nicer move, all the gaps, and now it's at 54.37, it's up 3.20. If it's able to take out the 54.55 resistance area, this trend actually it's a little bit low, 55.52 resistance area in the next couple of days, that's going to be really good. So each one's separate. So we have long positions, no short positions, and we're in all price groups from single digits to triple digits. Have a great day. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. Should be a great show. Check out my opening call daily newsletter.